You were right. Okay. Well, how's it going, guys? We're back at you with another episode of the So Unpro podcast. This is your host, T. Robinson, aka Sep30_Get Fit on Instagram. And I got my co-host with me.
The man who needs no introduction, Love Pay 92, even on the PA system.
Even on the PH system. How you doing, Reggie?
I'm doing great.
Doing good. What you do for the week we were off?
What did I do? I went back to record mode again. It's like I tried to take 2 weeks off, but again I kept having that creative itch where I went back and started recording again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. A lot.
Well,
What did you do?
Last week, I was sick as a fucking dog.
I seen the other story.
Yeah, my daughter, she ended up I think she got it from her friend, little neighbor kid. She had got sick. It seemed like it was allergies at first because it started off with a bunch of sneezing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's probably allergies. She just sneezing. She got to eat your nose. But no, that turned into a cough. It turned into, not just hella snot and shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, she's sick. Next thing you know, I'm sneezing. I'm at work. It was a Wednesday. And I'm sneezing like crazy. I'm like, oh, that's probably my allergies. Like, I got allergies bad. Then the next day, I was fucked.
Yeah.
Because it was the Thursday. And like, I worked through it. And I just had a hard time. Then Friday, I woke up with shivers and shit. I was like, I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing nothing this weekend. I'm staying at home and I am resting. She took us out. Like, even Brittany was sick. We were out of commission for a good minute. And I just didn't want to give that to anybody else.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Oh my. Yeah. That would have been frustrating.
Yeah. If I would have came on, it would have just been a big mess. So I did the responsible thing, and I just stayed home.
Now I'm not the only one called out when I got sick.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
But I did get a new car. I just recently made a new purchase. It's a nice, beautiful black on black Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland 4-wheel drive V8 engine Hemi. That's how you know it's bad on gas. I filled that tank up yesterday. You know how much it took just to fill it up?
How much?
A little over $80, like $82 to fill it.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's not good on gas, I'll tell you that much. But it looks good, and I feel like I deserve it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm a hard-working father. And that brings us into what we're going to talk about today. Oh, and by the way, happy Juneteenth. It is Juneteenth officially. It's a federal holiday. So next year, I'm talking to my job. I'm going to need that day off, baby. Me and all my black coworkers. I mean, my white coworkers too, if y'all want to give everybody an off. But, specifically,
The black ones.
the black ones need the day. I'm just saying. Just think of it as some type of form of reparations. Maybe. But we'll save that conversation for something else. We're talking about Father's Day. Because guess what? Today's Father's Day, if you're listening to it on Sunday. And yesterday was Father's Day, if you're listening to it on Monday. And it was Father's Day, if you're listening to this any other time after Father's Day. And we're going to talk about how it is being a father. What does it mean? How our fathers was for us. And what dads... And give dads the flowers they deserve.
Yeah.
Give dads the flowers they... And when I say give dads the flowers they deserve, I mean that fucking literally. Y'all spend too much No, let me shut up. No, I was going to say something. I'm just going to say, us fathers, we want the same treatment mama get. You feel me? On Mother's Day. I want flowers. I want chocolate covered strawberries.
I want pig.
I want a tracksuit, brand new tracksuit. Give me some Bath and Body Works lotion for these hands. I will take all that happily as a father. That suit, that tie and socks and shit that a lot of these dads be getting. Don't do that shit. That's stocking stuffers.
I mean, see, I don't want that just random filler upper. Yeah, if I get something, get bottle of hits, a PlayStation 5 game.
See, he wants that's perfect gift. Just focus on your man, women. If you see that he's really into gaming, buy him a new controller or some shit. Like, he's gonna be so happy with that. If you know he likes to have a drink in there, get him a bottle of the Hennessy.
Man.
You feel me? Like
Ironically, it's Juneteenth. You gotta get on Model Y.
we don't want
We don't want no vodka. We want fantasy.
we don't want no paper mache, card, a tie, and some socks. Them is stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
We don't want that shit out. We want our flowers too.
Don't get no random gift and then hit the most cheapest, not really thought out gift and hit is the thought that counts, because I really believe it's a double entendre. It's the thought that counts. You're thinking about the person and what the person like, and then you give them a gift, not a random gift, and then be like, it was a thought that counts.
Well, you didn't put much thought into it, damn it.
They don't put no thought into it. They go to the cheapest place there, pick up anything, and then just say they got something. That's not a thought. You just want to say you did something.
I'm just saying, I just want the same treatment Mama get.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% the same treatment, because it's mamas, they get what they deserve. Like, I don't need a bouquet, but like at least give me a flower and a box of Seeds candy, my nigga. Like, please, I'll take it. But I don't want to sound ungrateful,
Fried fish.
because I'm very grateful to be a dad. Now, Reggie, you're a father, right?
Yeah.
How old is your son?
6.
6 years old. And in these past 6 years of you being a dad, what has having a son taught you?
It taught me a lot.
Can you speak to the mic a little bit better?
Huh?
Can you speak to the mic?
It taught me a lot. It taught me sometimes some of the shit that Uncle Tommy be saying, he's not just saying that shit there. You gotta push the lines, so you be like, yo, because sometimes you can be it's a double entendre where you enjoy having a kid, but sometimes you gotta have your you time, and they playing the phone and stuff, and they still just hey.
Oh, they need attention.
It taught me as I got older, I get frustrated fast, but it also taught me where I gotta leave a mark. I gotta be on my ish. Cause I'm like, yo, cause you're a hero to your kid with anything you do. You can be an unknown rapper. They love the ish out of you because you're their dad. So I'm like, yo, that's like made me know. I'm like, that's why. It taught me too. I gotta learn what how I used to talk when I was younger. I gotta watch what I say and how I say things, and because I'm like, it's not just social media paying attention to me. My son's paying attention to me. The moment I disrespect a woman, even if I have a sit down, have a full house talk with him, he's gonna still do exactly what he see me do because he seen me do it. That full house talk don't mean nothing. It taught me so many things. So I'm like, I know a lot of adults in the past, they wasn't kid tripping when they were saying a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. What I've learned from being a father is that I understand what my parents would say when they be like, oh, it's over there, and I look, it's not there, and then they go over there and find it. Kids don't look for shit.
Man.
They are terrible. Oh my God. I would like to apologize to my dad.
That is very frustrating.
I would like to apologize to my dad and my mom because, when I was younger and I'd be like, oh, I can't see it. And then my dad would come in there and be like, it's right here.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, it wasn't there a moment ago. How the fuck did you find it? I'm starting to see that now.
You try to handle it in a nice way, but you be like, it's right there. You get aggressive because it'd be right there on the.
No, but in my defense, I wear glasses. Some of the times I didn't have my glasses on, so I'm legally blind. So I can't take 100% of that, but I understand because my daughter, she is not blind. She has great vision. She sees shit so far away that I'm like, how the fuck did you see that? But at the same time, I'm like, hey, your shoe is on the left side of your bed by the bar, and she's standing right next to it, and I'm pointing down at her feet, and she looks to the right instead of the left.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? This can't be real. You can't write this shit.
Or the phone is right there. And they be looking, and if you're having that serious, I'm like, how you actually really serious and focused on looking, but you looking over it?
Looking right.
You're looking over this shit.
Ah, man, when you hear the saying hide it in plain sight, nobody ever find it, that shit is true. Because you put something in plain sight, a lot of people won't even notice the shit.
And I don't understand when I was younger, I couldn't see shit because my vision get effed up until 2017.
Yeah.
So,
fatherhood taught me patience. Especially because I got a little girl.
I have no patience.
I got a little girl. I've always had patience. I got the patience of a saint. But every now and then, like after I work hard. I'm at work long hours of the day. I come home and my daughter, she just wants to love me and hug on me and lean on me and stuff. And I just be like, just give daddy 5 minutes just to relax. But like at the same time, like she misses me.
Yeah.
And like I love the love I get, just coming home and just having that little person there that's excited to see you is just such a great feeling. And the fact that, these little people that you have, they love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
They love you unconditionally.
They're in the hug thing randomly.
Mhm.
Hug. You like,
They want to hug you, kiss you, lean on you.
You be like, yo, okay, I get it.
And at the age that our kids are right now, it's just really unconditional. Like you could literally hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
You could physically hurt them, not like to a degree like you're doing, like you want to like, but 5 minutes later they're going to be back on you, hugging you and stuff, like you did nothing wrong to them. And
they could be playing with a game and still want to let on you just because they want to be around. Because again, you are your kid hero.
Mm-hmm.
No matter until they see the gossip in which someone speak of you and for themselves, you are your kid hero.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, unfortunately, people can say what they want about me, but my son will know already. Where you're like, no. I'm like, yo, that's rare because normally kids' mind get tainted. With if they hear around somebody speaking negative of a certain adult, any adult, not even just their parents, their mind naturally bait on to that. So I'm like, I'm very lucky to not get that because I'm like, yo, I definitely understand as a kid when I heard about certain people, I'm like, yeah, let me handle you from over here. I'm like, so to know that I know for a fact, I do get spoke over there. My son Steve was like, my dad.
That's my dad.
Yeah, my dad. Are you recording today? You make a guy do one of your videos. I'm like, yo, even though you look at this small thing like I look at it, even though I'm nothing, you think it's something big like I think of it. I'm like, that's legit. Again, that make you jump for joy. Like, this is really
they're your biggest fan.
This is but you actually think, well, okay.
My daughter and my nephew, by the way, they'll see like our videos on YouTube, and they be so excited. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're on YouTube!" And they are some fans, and I love it. Even though they don't understand nothing, they don't understand the context of the conversations that we be having. If they did, I'd be like, hey, kids are smarter than we give them credit for.
I know that,
but I know they don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I know that because every time Anthony here, he legit be talking about the videos and let me see your video. I'm like, yo. And sometimes you like, even though it's my product or whatever, you like, I'm kind of just trying to avoid that. It's right bring it up.
Yeah, bringing it up.
That same thing with Christian. I be trying to avoid even think about making a video, anything. The moment I put a sweater on, you about to record?
Like,
I'm avoiding thinking about that because I'm trying to see if I can live life without worrying about being entertained or worried about recording something or recording my thoughts or anything. I'm like, I'm trying to be how I was already, where I was anti-social with talking, but they bring it up so much, you like, so this is what it is to have a fan base, and you guys try to be. I'm like, yo, this is overwhelming. Now, can we talk about something else?
You know, it's funny. We're gonna go back to the father stuff subject, but just with the fan situation, there's people that have come up to me and they'll ask me questions. They're like, "Oh, I saw you." Like people I never even guessed would watch the show, and I think it's great. And I do support anybody that check us out and watch us, because we're not trying to do this for anything except for our own enjoyment and entertainment. And then, like, just like with our kids, I want to leave some type of mark on the world. So, like, if somebody do want to know who I am, they could go back and watch these videos or listen to the show and be like, "Oh, that's the type of character he was."
Yeah, because even after the camera cut, it's not like we like action.
Yeah, action.
Oh, and then it cut. Yeah, let's get serious. And I totally disagree with everything you talked about. Like, no, it's the same exact people on and on camera. And I'm like, to me, that's rare. That's a rare formula to be the same people in every formula. Because you again, it's reality. Yeah. It's like Hollywood, where you meet somebody on camera and then you see them in person, they're totally different. I'm like, and that's a good mark to leave, to be yourself.
Sometimes we can get reckless with. I'm gonna just tell the people right now. We have a lost episode, and we have my boy Raymond on, and he is one of the most reckless talking motherfuckers. And I thank God that we lost the audio and the video.
Ironically,
because if you guys would have watched that shit, boy.
Yo, we do have a lost episode. Dude, that was so ironic. I'm like,
boy, hey, in that episode, it was some of the most funnest shit, but it was by far the most controversial shit.
It was so ironic too, because the next day I woke up like, yo, I can't find the video. Drew was like, yeah, it made that one. That's probably a sign.
Yeah, it was a sign. That was a sign from God, like, hey, don't put that shit out. I'm like, I bet I won't put it out. But yeah, thank God we lost that episode. But now you were saying dads are the heroes for these children, which we are a lot of the times. And I'm gonna just be frank with you. At fathers, we have like not all fathers, because some of you niggas is pieces of shits, but good fathers. Our reaction time to saving our children's life from immediate danger is 10 times greater than mom's. I don't care. I said it. You go to YouTube and you can pull up videos right now of just fathers saving their children life, like from getting hit by a car, from all this shit. And the mother's reaction time is never as quick. I'm just saying, we're the real superheroes. Mamas are the nurturers. We are the heroes.
Yeah.
Now, with us being the heroes of our children, what would your dad's superpower be if you could have a superpower? Not even dad's superpower, just superpower in general. But since we are the superheroes of our kids, what would your dad power be?
You really want to be okay?
Yeah.
Every power that Deadpool has.
No. That's multiple powers. One power.
Okay, fine. My one power would be I'm a superhero for my kid. I can't be Johnny Storm. The scratching ability, because I could begin editing and then scratch my arm and then here you go. Now it goes down.
Oh, it's like a Mr. Fantastic shit. Man, I feel like, not to disrespect, but I feel like a stretching ability would be a mother's ability. Like, get your little ass over here. Like,
I mean, they kind of did kill us. They kind of did steal that trope on Incredibles, because that was the mom power. But
but like, if you think about it, a lot of women probably would want to stretch. They, get your, I'm just saying. But so what would you do? You just stretch stuff?
I'll use it because sometimes I be editing and I hate when I have to stop and then do this and then when I'm at a creative form, my mind is flowing a certain way. The moment I stop and interrupt it, then I got to get back on that mental flow and tone again. So if I had that scratching part, like, okay, here you go. Say, I'll get the phone right there. Here, give you food. Boom, boom. Oh, I'm gonna be food right now. Boom, there you go. And it come in handy from that multiple reasons because.
Hey, with the stretching ability, are you able to control the size of your meat?
I mean, since we're not in the Disney Channel universe, what the F do you think?
We can. Hey, what size you want tonight, baby? You want that?
Guy.
You want that 10 or that 6? You feel me?
Guy.
You want that foot long or the half sub? What you want? No, with me, my superpower that I would love to have would be teleportation.
Look, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, just like, you seen the movie Jumper, right? Yeah, like that, just teleportation.
I mean, the movie you was obsessed with for hella houses ago? You was watching every time it came on
It was
TV?
a good movie. But like, Nightcrawlers, anybody else that had teleportation abilities.
Yeah, when you say teleportation, I go back in geek mode. I legit thought Nightcrawler instantly.
Yeah, Nightcrawler, yeah, for sure.
And Deadpool, like
those are the first ones.
I thought Deadpool and Nightcrawler. Now, real Deadpool fans know that he can teleport and all that. The movie fans don't know that
because of the belt, though.
Yeah, the real fans know that. The movie fans don't know that at all. So I'm like, and that's me taking a jab because everybody all of a sudden a fan. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but the cool thing about the teleportation power is I can get myself or my family anywhere I want to go at almost to no cost. Like, hey, we want to go on a trip to Hawaii, right? I could book my room and shit. We don't got to pay for a flight.
I don't even book a room. I just boom, poof there. And then hang out all day and then
come back home.
go back home.
Yeah, but like, I would have just. I'm just assuming, having
Yeah.
powers like, have revolve some type of stamina to use it. Just like doing anything else in life, you have to have like a certain amount of stamina and whatnot. So I can imagine like just doing too much teleport, not be exhausted. But
When
I
I
see
was
what you're
with
saying.
ironically, I brought up the Deadpool thing. I was like, why when X-Men Origins Wolverine came out, me and Terrell the only one knew who Deadpool was. Remember?
Mhm.
Yo, I'm like, you hate to cut the whole and but I'm like, yo, every time I bring up
You
Deadpool,
just
I
think,
think of
about
that
that. You
all the
think about that.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but teleportation that would definitely be my power. I
And then
just
he
feel
keeps
like
saying teleportation.
teleportation.
So I keep
I'm just
thinking
saying
Deadpool.
teleportation. I feel like that is the best power to have, and it definitely would make having vehicle obsolete. Like, why do I need to pay for gas? Why do I need
Dude,
to?
do you know how many angles and shots I have with teleportation? I'd be everywhere. Oh, I'm in New York today. How you get there? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Like you know how many extra kids I will have? Let's just tie back to Father's Day. You know how many kids I will have in like Puerto Rico, Colombia, Brazil, Canada, Japan? Shit. Kids Wrong World. Whoever's the most famous, that's the one I'll be like, hey, son, remember me? I'm just, okay.
Yo,
I'm
he's
just
joking.
kidding. I'm just joking.
He's joking, right? But at the same time, ain't people be doing that with their kids.
Mhm.
But the whole time the kids trying to do whatever they do, they got no support. The moment they do what, Drake,
No.
anybody do, all of a sudden, the father. Or where, no, I can't say father.
And a lot of these people that are successful, they don't turn away their father because their whole life they wanted a relationship with their father. And I never want my kid to have that type of like aggression in life for not having their father there.
Yeah.
I mean, and like me, my dad was there. Like, so let's just a little quick backstory. My dad went to jail a little bit after I was born, and he was in jail for 5 years. And so I was staying with my mom in Illinois. And, I'm not going to lie, a lot of my cousins and a lot of the male influences out there, they weren't that great, to be honest. If I probably would have stayed in Illinois, I'd probably be
He would have been a drill rapper.
I would have been a drill rapper.
I'd
have been one of them Chi-Town niggas that probably beat people up, tote the iron and shit. I probably would have been one of those guys. But after my pops got out of jail, he did his little bit, came pick me up from Illinois, and we moved. He took me back to Oakland, which really isn't that much better. But, got our shit together. We got out of Oakland. We moved to Sacramento.
It's ironic, too, because Oakland, remember when we used to go there, every couple weeks, right? I'm like, I'm so mad that we don't do that no more. I'm like, yo, every freaking venture of business I have sometimes is out there. And I'm like, if I can get there, then I go.
Exactly.
I'm like, yo, I started thinking, we used to go there so much. Where we would just randomly get hot dogs in San Francisco and shit like that. So, wait, not San Francisco. Vallejo, because they used to live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, yo, I wish, I started thinking, I wish you do those little trips.
Yeah, those little
It'd be a business endeavor, but still, I'll be in the car, but I'll be hanging out still. That's like a blooper.
Hey, that's a dad problem right there. No, but are you able to share with the people stuff about your dad that, about your relationship with your father?
I mean, no.
No, you don't want to? All right, we'll save that for a later time. But my dad, he worked hard. I'll tell you that much. He of course he had a record, so getting things done was tough for him. He had to hold different jobs just to provide for us, and then it was a blended family on top of that. And just coming out of the prison system to try to raise a family, it was really tough. It was really tough. And I don't thank him enough. He knows I'm very grateful for everything that he's done, but I can say that I don't thank him enough because I don't think about the obstacles and the variables that he had to go through.
He's not you gotta uphold your face on too, because you can call him, he'd be happy you called, but he had a serious face on, because I'm like, yo, one of the best advice giver ever. Give you advice like that. You're not just making this shit about you go alone. You tell people something because you've been through it, and that's why I tell people advice on my Instagram, because I'm like, that's why I legit learned from don't say nothing unless you've been through it, because like, yo, when you get that in depth feel, when somebody tells you something they've been through, you like, you're not just telling me this to tell me this to make me shut up. You telling me this because you realize what we to change up. Okay.
And like the thing with my dad is, all his kids are grown now. Honestly, all his kids are grown, and you know, I still talk to him and every day, and almost every other day, still see him and whatnot, and I can just see that he's not. What am I looking for? He's not comfortable with a situation, because I think he feels like he can do more than he can physically do right now, which isn't the case. He did all he should have done.
Yeah.
He did all he could have done, and I just want to let my father know that I love him, I appreciate him, and I respect him, and I just want I'm constantly give him his flowers, constantly tell him that I love him, and just let him know that he did a hell of a job, helping raise all four of us, me, my three brothers, and my sister. I said three brothers, two brothers, and my sister. Even Reggie, fucking knuckleheaded ass, helped get raised by my father.
I ain't no knucklehead.
Yes, you were.
I ain't knucklehead.
Yeah, but
past tense.
Hey, all I got to do is say thank you. You're a great example of what I want to be as a father, even though half those ass whoopings I didn't deserve. Actually, no.
None of them.
I didn't deserve none of those ass whoopings. I was the good one, goddammit. I shouldn't have
but you was like,
I shouldn't have got punished.
He was DB for Diva General. He was like, stay silent, never snitch.
Hey, I shouldn't have got punished for other people's shit. Even when I was like, had evidence.
I legit always mentally rewind back to those running days where, like, we know for a fact who was doing the stuff, but everybody would get yelled at.
Yeah, and you don't have evidence, you don't have the proof, but you know who did it.
And at the time, I was covered, so I got sent home, and then eventually I just was there when people would get yelled. I'm like,
man, like,
yo,
I didn't. Hey, if you were to, I don't want my kid.
Like, I still kind of freaking break the jealousy case of it was Rennick, and they had a GameCube. And they had the rest of the game that everybody, including myself, Dad Reckon was in love with. And the moment we kept talking about it, we came back one day, it was scratched up, and then we were like, who did it? Who did it? Yeah. I'm still trying to figure that out. Same thing with Chucky WrestleMania 25. I'm like, again, Chucky was so happy he got that. We left, it came back. It was scratched up. I'm like, yo. I'm still be trying to crack those jealous. I'm like, yo, because me, I'm going to just say, call it this. That was a jealousy case right there. Nobody, hey, no way. Cause, hey, we all have game distance today. They're not randomly scratched unless the kid touch it. But I'm like, that was always odd to me. Every time we'd be at my house playing the game and we'd go back and next thing you know, it's scratched or something like, yo. And then at the time, it was a split universe from the parents and the kids. That's why I said the kids talk too much nowadays, because they're in the split universe. It was a split universe where even when we speak about it in the car or something, going to Walmart, the parents be looking at us like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Exactly.
They don't even, they're like, yo, well, y'all did a lot, like, because the universe was split. We didn't talk as much as these kids nowadays.
Oh, you kids talk way too much.
Like, we could legit.
I gotta tell him, shut up.
Man, I tell my son all the time.
I tell my nephew, like, stop being nosy. You a nosy little nigga.
Yeah, sometimes I just like your moment of silence. You telling me everything going on in your house and everybody else.
Anthony talk, bro. Anthony talk, boy. He a talker. I mean, I was about to repeat what he said, but like this is about to go on the internet. Yeah. I know. I'm not.
My son did the same thing, where he'd come, he'd tell me, I'm like, yo, moment of silence. I don't think I need to hear that. I don't need to hear that.
Chill. I don't care about your mama relationship right now. It's just chill, right?
Just chillax.
And so that's with that. I just tell my daughter, like, you can't give away all your business. The situation that happened with my premature baby, he passed, and like I gotta explain to my daughter, the situation, because she's like, she has questions.
Yeah. And
then like I explained to her, so she understands now. But now I'm like, hey, you can't go around telling people that. Shut up. Like this is between us.
It's weird because I realize I'm like, from the kids and children. I'm like, yo, the kids nowadays, they don't speak vaguely. I'm like, yo,
No, honestly, I don't think kids ever spoke vaguely.
like, yeah, even when it comes to even with my videos and I narrate, I'm like, people understand. I'm not talking what's going on right. I'm just speaking about past things that happened like 6 or 3 months ago. I'm not talking. I'm like, kids, it can happen. You're like, yo,
spilling the tea, boy, spilling the tea.
You know, I gotta make it clear. Like, I speak even vaguely on the stuff I be talking about. Sometimes people don't even know. The people just taking the shots. I'm like, people don't know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. Unless you know me personally, you know I've written to you about the situation. But it's like, yo, kids, they don't know how to, they don't do that. And I try to teach them like, yo, you can't use what I do against me because I'm not really saying nothing. I'm not putting nobody business out there. But the people who know. That's why I start using that line. I'm like, if you know.
Yeah.
But the kids, you don't even have to know that. I tell you everything. Names, last name, location, address, and everything. You're like, yo, no.
Okay.
No. You talking
so,
too much.
Since we're talking about kids, how do you discipline your kid?
Huh? What?
How do you discipline your son?
You know,
do you whoop his ass?
I take the phone from him. I whoop his ass sometimes. I make him. I cut the TV off. Make him lay down. It's not one of those. Cause hey, I learned this a long time ago from Uncle Doc. The moment you let a kid get away with ish, they continue doing it. They can become worse. And he told me that about you know who. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna raise somebody who be so nice and properly spoken in front of me. And the moment they leave out the house, they start doing some ridiculous ass shit. Cause I'm like, yo, he told me like, you know what his problem was? He got away with so much shit, yada yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, and that's what mentally I think about that all the time. And I think about yada. I'm like, yeah, you let a kid get away with something, then you go have that kid slowly becoming a demon because you thinking you go yelling, go do something that's not doing nothing because you built that demon inside your kid and you did nothing. So yes, I discipline.
Okay, yeah. My forms of discipline is I take away privileges. You cannot watch your TV. You cannot play your tablet. You cannot play with your toys. You got to sit there, stare at the wall, and write.
The thing is, too, the kids nowadays, they think you have to do that 5 minutes later. They think they can ask again.
Hey, my daughter, no. She's gotten in trouble enough times to know she ain't getting that shit back for some days. Like, I don't. My daughter's emotional. She is very emotional.
That's why I said it's better parented in the same house because you co-parent. It's like splitting mindset because you got your going and then they got the other side that you know. So I'm like, it's better when it's
better when both parents
are in the same place because once one said go, it ain't no. Oh, he said that.
Exactly.
F that. Once it's devious ish, it's one of those you said it's done. So what's that?
So what Reggie said is 100% correct. Two-parent households is extremely ideal for the development of children. Only because with two separate households, it's easily two separate set of rules.
Yeah.
And you got so much going on with the kid that they don't know what's what, and they just do whatever they think is right. So yeah, you are absolutely correct. My daughter, she is in a two-parent household, which is good. That's how I would want it.
Yeah.
And what I say goes what mommy says goes. Like if mommy has a rule for her that she told her to do, I can't come in and be like, nah, she ain't doing that. Like that's
undermining.
That's sending mixed signals to the kid and undermining the other parent. So yeah, you're right. But as far as discipline goes, I typically take care of the discipline because I'm definitely the more stern parent. Yeah. And the more direct parent.
I think it's natural for the fathers to just,
take care of the discipline,
Yeah. I mean, I do know certain people who, when the kids get disciplined, don't do that. Yeah, I'm like, no, hell no.
Exactly. And it's funny because I don't whoop my daughter. She's probably got a good popping 2, maybe 3 times. Only because the behavior that she was doing was persistent.
The thing is,
and she doesn't do it no more.
When it comes to the whooping thing with me, you do some little basic shit. Like you get
correctable.
You getting took in the phone using them, but you do something that's outrageous in my opinion. Then I get them.
She broke my TV. I brought a brand new TV, $700 TV, and I didn't have it for more than like 2 weeks.
I remember,
and she broke it. Boy, She got the spanking of a lifetime. I took away
I would have
everything.
felt some that way too, because I remember coming and then coming over here and you fucking was playing the PlayStation. I'm like, oh yeah, this look raw, this look dope on here. Yada yada yada. At the time, I still had my 32 inch, so I'm like, yeah, this look dope. Yeah, I gotta invest in the bigger TV too. Yada yada yada. And like she was like, you know what, I have to invest in stuff myself. So like, he didn't say it like that, but he said
treat yourself
like that.
Like treat yourself.
And I'm like, yo, so I know it hurt more because I'm like, when something breaks, you just think of everything, and the payment, the people, everything, the people like, oh, you finally doing something, all you think of the compliments, and like, yo.
And how she broke the TV is like it wasn't she just like broke it.
Yeah.
It's how she broke it, because she kept moving really close, having the chair up on the TV, and I kept telling her every time, being very stern, like, don't do that. Get the chair from the TV. Stop doing this, sitting this close. Stop doing that. You're gonna mess up the TV.
Yeah.
And one night she was watching a scary video and hit the TV with the remote. Woke me up. She couldn't even get herself together because she knew she was in trouble. She knew she was in trouble. And when I went out there and saw it, boy, I tore that ass up.
Yeah, you have to. Because sometimes it's just one of those like, okay, now you know damn well you was not supposed to do that, but you did that because you think, oh, I was gonna let you slide because you're mine. Yeah. And me, I'd be saying lines like that, like, you think I'm gonna let you slide because you're my kid? I'm just gonna yell at every other kid? No, you getting the whooping too. I don't play that favoritism.
Yeah, I don't play the favoritism. I don't play the bullying. I don't do none of that. So you gotta be very, very.
It took me a while too. It took to whoop another person's kid. I'm like, it's one thing to whoop your kid. Nobody, even people tell you don't do it. Yeah. You can't tell me nothing. It's my kid. You whoop somebody else's kid, they're like, you're doing that to my kid. You're not doing it to your kid. Yeah. So me, I have to. You know what? Anybody you see me with my son, I'm yelling at them 24/7. There ain't no favoritism. Your kids get whooped like my kids get whooped, or else your kid gonna think you getting away with something.
Exactly. You know what's funny about that? Yeah. I got this rule about watching other people's kids.
Yeah.
I say, if I'm not watching your kid unless I get permission to whoop your kid. And I promise you, I will never whoop anybody else's kid. I just say that because.
But what did I say? The moment my son came back at him, like, if you ever watch him, I'm like, you got all right permission to whoop him. Well, I said to everybody, I'm like, I'm not gonna know his parents like, oh, my son is doing something. Don't touch my kid. You're doing too much. No, whoop him. If you talk back, whoop him. Why? I'm like, he gonna teach you never to disrespect you either. I'm like, I can tell him not to, but at the same time, if you handle him lightweight or handle any kid lightweight, they gonna disrespect you regardless, even though they know you would do it. So like me, my legit only rule is, if you do something, whoop his ass. Simple as that.
Okay. I mean, but like I was saying, I always say I'm not watching your kid unless I got permission to whoop their ass. Even though I promise you, I will never whoop anybody else's kid. I will take away toys, make them go sit in the corner, stuff like that. But physically, I'm like, I'll leave that up to you. I'll give you the Carfax. I'll give you the credit report at the end of the day.
No lie, I started popping other kids when I was with my kids, and they were sitting there laughing. They did the same thing they do. They did the same thing. When they think, oh, you gonna get away? You think you'll get away with it? You're not my kid. You getting your whooping too?
I got you.
You gonna tell your parents? Oh, tell them. I don't care. You think I'm scared? I'm not.
I'll whoop their ass too.
No, I it's one of those like. I told you all the time, I go into reality in the prison mindset where you think you can threaten me with your parents. I'm like, I had beef for real people who are really out here. You think I'm scared of your parents? Go get them. You think you got your parent name on me? I'ma stop no. Yeah. The moment you come here, your parents' words don't mean shit to me. You're not at their house. If not the case, stay at their house.
Okay.
That's like me saying, okay, go get Christian, Terrell. And then every time Chris will tell me, oh yeah, why you did that to my son? You'll be like, then why you let me have him if I can't tell him anything? I just gotta be quiet while you do that ridiculous shit. It's like, it don't make sense, do it?
Nah, definitely not.
And kids think, if they say their parents' name, you're gonna just decide you can do whatever you want to my house. Go ahead and mess it up. I'm like, no, I had to let it be known. You can't do that. Sorry. If you
different house, different rules.
I'm like, hey, I'm not the type of person, you're related, so you can get away with messing up this place. You can go back home to a clean house. No, I'm not that person. I yell at my kid, I'm going to yell at you. Yeah. You think you're going to get away slickly because you, whatever you think you is mentally, and you disrespectful, you're a narcissist, you think you above everybody, that's not going to fly here,
Now, let's talk about good fathers and bad fathers. because it is a Father's Day episode, and we can't talk about we can't talk about Father's Day stuff without bringing in the bad dads too. No, we're not giving the bad dads their flowers, but this is more of a how would I want to put this? Now, a bad father, of course, is somebody who is just abusive.
He's like a reoccurring character on the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more of the probably the abusive type, or the only show up every blue moon, or the holiday dad, or the make a promises and never show up dad.
The social media dad.
The ones that like, post pictures with their kids but never be with them. Fuck you guys. Like what?
That would made me, again, shit like that made me take a lot of more serious than I would see that other people was doing. Yeah. Me, I tell people, I'm like, sometimes you really don't mentally have to go through anything to build yourself better. Like, I see, like that, I'm like, that's when I started making status, like, I can't stand these social media has that, yada, 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 because they have 100 happy Father's Day on their timeline, and you like, for a fact, reality ain't not a father, but you giving them, and then mine, I only have like 2.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what the hell? But that doesn't matter, just because what people see on the social media really doesn't matter, as long as your kid knows what you are and what you do for them. What was I had a thought, and I lost it. It was about you start talking. It's about the bad dads. So with the bad dads versus the good dads, one unfortunate thing about single fathers that are actually trying to stay in their child's life and trying to do the right thing, they typically have the toughest time with the baby moms. Reasons, but that's to me. I don't know people's situations, so I can't speak on it. But I do see fathers trying their best to actually do stuff with their kids, and they have a hard time. But the shitty fathers that ain't shit, they do not be on child support. They don't get they just scot-free, and I just find it very unfortunate that that's how it is a lot of the times. But just saying this for us good dads, and
see, I have my bad for cutting you off. I used to have a past tense. I used to have a situation like the shitty fathers where I was never a bad dad ever. I was always in the picture. Had my son for months on end, even taking food and clothes to his house and at the house where I was at. So, and then I was still having that where I had that mentally hatred towards me from the other parent. So I'm like, I'm not.
But she wasn't keeping your son from you though, right?
No,
exactly.
I mean, he was in Green Bay for a while.
But she'll send him out here. That's not keeping him from you.
I'm saying it's not keeping him, but I'm like, I understand to an extent, because me, again, I try to study psychology. Sometimes other parents do have that hatred where when a bad father try to attempt to be a good father, and they know for a fact when from past situation, when you attempt to do that and they let them back in, give them address and shit, then they stop showing up and the kid be like, where they at? So I'm like, I understand that to an extent, but I'm like, let the people embarrass themselves. Don't even have to do that.
Yeah, like fatherhood is on a spectrum. It's not just black and white.
Yeah.
So I get that too. Like there's levels to each like bracket of good to bad.
That's why I can't even give advice to like a reoccurring character father, because I'm like, if you're not doing what I'm doing 24/7, you're not doing what I'm doing, I can't give you advice, because you're gonna just shake your head. You're not gonna pay attention to my advice, and you're gonna make it seem like it's all on the other parent. You're not gonna actually point out your wrongdoings either. That's why I'm like, I cannot give advice, because I'm like, I know how that shit goes, And me being, when people over 20 people vent to you about the same thing, and you see both sides, because me, I try to communicate with both sides. You see it, you like, I can't say much. I just know how to be my type of father, how I not want to be as a father. I can't tell y'all what to do. I can just tell you what to do, and you can take my advice, you can take my advice, but hey, that's why I'm like,
it is what it is.
It's like you gotta lift your hands up to it.
So, now before we get out of here, and this is my biggest question, and it's probably not that big to some of you people out here when you hear it, but as a good father, do you feel like you should have your kids on Father's Day or shouldn't?
I mean, let's be honest. If we fathers, right? Father's Day is not really. Father's Day for us every day. It's just a holiday that's on a specific day, so. It's one of those.
Father's Day is supposed to be a celebration of fatherhood.
But at the same time, we can be celebrating. But somewhere over 1,000 people, again, I have to bring it up because social media is part of the universe now. somewhere we getting bashed. But even though we're actually really good fathers, somebody sent a picture of us looking just it's a meme.
Yeah.
It's, you got his kids on Father's Day, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And people don't even know you personally, so I'm like, I don't even feel like it's important. I mean, because you celebrate
no?
Father's Day.
Just yes or no?
I mean, yes.
You feel like Michelle Kills Father?
Yeah, but now like, so we're not going live, and nothing. We're gonna be just chilling, chillaxing, you know.
Well, I'll put it like this. Should I have my kid on Father's Day?
Fuck
Hell
no.
Fuck
We're going
no.
to the bar.
I don't want my kid on Father's Day. It's Father's Day. It's for me. On Father's Day, fuck them kids. Get my feet done.
Wait, what?
Get my feet done. You know, get a pedicure.
Yeah.
I want to go sit in the chair with the bubble jet foot soak super soaker. Asian lady scrubbing the bottom of my shit. You feel me? I want the massage chair. I want to go to the bar. I want to have a drink. Now, I ain't pausing yet because I'm serious. I don't want them kids on Father's Day. This day is for me. Fuck that. Father's Day and my birthday. 2 days out the year. I don't want to see your motherfucking face.
That's the point I was making. Like, it's Father's Day daily, every day, so it's not really important if you do it though because you have them daily.
I get the fuck out my
You
face
come
on Father's Day.
You come home from work. Your kid is right there.
if
You're
I'm-
playing a game.
Right there.
Your kid is right there.
Right there.
So
And who's taking care of him? Me. Who's sitting next to me all day? My kid. Like.
So I'm like, it's not a again. That's why I said it's just a Pacific Day with a title one. It's supposed to be a celebration. Like, let us celebrate then.
Cause like on Mother's Day, I don't mind taking my kid.
Yeah.
Mama, you go do what you do. Go pamper yourself. But I want that same
It's a
energy
double
on Father's
standard.
Day.
It's a double standard. They let the mom go out clubbing. And all that.
That's why I said at the beginning of the show. Let's bring it back around. Let's bring it back around. Because I said at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you said,
we want the same shit.
Yeah. It's a double standard. You come to daddy. You gotta be with you. Got your kid on. It's your father.
Let's bring that shit full circle. Cause I don't want you little niggas on Father's Day.
I mean, they legit be planning like 3 weeks in advance on Mother's Day what they do with the girls and whatnot.
Yep.
I'm like, when it comes to us, is you ain't got your kid on Father's Day.
I'm like,
it's like a mental program they put into the universe. They want people to think you got to have and you don't. It's a celebration. Let us celebrate.
Let me celebrate.
Because hey, we have our kids all the time. So why do we have to have it on our celebration day? You know?
Yeah, and like so, just you know. Just a quick question, last question show, you know. What gift would you like? Not just specifically for Father's Day, but you know, it could be a Father's Day gift. It could be just think about like what would you want for Christmas, but for Father's Day. What gift would you like?
We're coming to Father's Day and gifts. I'll be quite honest, something like a ring light or something, just something.
Yeah, something that's gonna use.
Yeah, something I'm gonna actually, use. Yeah, like you said, because like normally you get a gift, you be like, oh, that's cool, and it'd be like somewhere down there. You know, it's just you get to like, oh, you gave it away because I never needed it. It was a gift, but it wasn't a thought out gift. You just got it from me, so you got it from me.
And then your girl won't give you some like cologne and shit. Yeah. That cologne ain't for you. That's for her. You gonna put it on you. She's like, ooh, you smell good now. For me, no, I don't want that shit.
I mean,
I want a spot.
Some gifts is like, again, I love this word a lot. Narcissist gift, because I'm like, everybody have a narcissist trait where that's like when you buy your woman line for
lingerie.
It's not for her. It's like that's legit. It's like
that shit ain't for her.
And that's why you always see. You follow me. I touch on narcissism all the time. I'm like, I see that trait in a lot of people because you say it's selfless. But it's something selfish about what you're doing.
Look, if you're getting your girl lingerie, we know it's not for her. We know that's for you. We know it's for her to put on so you can look at it and rip off and do what you do. If you really cared about your woman, if you really cared about how comfortable she is, get her some sweatpants and a sports bra and a motherfucking bonnet. And I promise you, she'll be like, oh my God, this is great gifts. And you're going to be like, because it ain't for you.
Yeah. That's like, okay, you know your girl's into such and such, right? Instead of you getting her such and such, because I got nothing to run to the point now. Call of Duty. Instead of you getting her Call of Duty, you get her a WWE game or something for y'all both to play. Y'all can play Call of Duty together.
Look what I got us, babe.
It's like, it's a narcissism about it. You making it like it's selfless, right? But it's a really selfish gesture. That's why. Again, I love that word because, like, if you like look deep into it, everybody have traits of that, and I point out my own traits of that sometimes. So, like, if it's your girl, if it's a gift, let it be an actual gift.
Yeah.
A gift to me is something deeper where it touched the person's soul, it touched their mental, they just smile when they see it and everything. That's a real gift right there. If you get them something that they didn't even care for, but you like, that's not really a gift. That's just something to say you got something.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get out of here. We're calling it an episode. This has been your host, T. Robinson, Sep30_GetFit on Instagram. Fuck with me. Reggie, Love Pain 92, even on the PH system. Feel free to do your Googles. Happy Juneteenth.
Okay.
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.